defender number 6, Jason Chirizano. Midfielder number 9, Kevin Craw. Midfielder number 10, Alec McDonald. Defender number 16, Jake Haynes. Forward number 20, Owen Mayer. Forward number 32, John Paul Mazza. And midfield number 33, Larry Sullivan. The Bulldogs are coached by head coach George Crampton, assisted by John O'Rourke and Amy McLaughlin. Now, everyone, please rise and honor America and the playing of the national anthem.
From Center Valley, Pennsylvania, on the campus of DeSales University, it's the 12-4-2 number 2 seeded Bulldogs taking on the 5-7-5 number 3 seeded Misericordia Cougars, facing off in the semifinals of the MAC Freedom Tournament. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the broadcast. My name is John Calavita, and I'll be bringing you all the action from the pitch this afternoon. The winner of this contest will earn the right to play for the MAC Freedom title and earn an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. Playoff positioning came down to the wire as only one team was locked into their spot. DeSales headed into their final regular season game against King's College in the 3rd position. After a scoreless first half, the Bulldogs took the lead in the 68th minute as Kevin Craw found Liam McDonald, who sent a blast into the back of the net. The Bulldogs held the score until the 90th minute when King scored off a header from a corner kick. It looked as if the Bulldogs wouldn't be able to control their own destiny with no overtime in the regular season of collegiate soccer, but just 20 seconds later, J.P. Mazza picked off a poor pass intended for the keeper, beat him easily, and sent home the winner. And the Bulldogs into the 2nd seed in the conference tournament and secure a home playoff game. The Cougars on the other side fell 2-0 against top-seeded Stevens, allowing the Bulldogs to leapfrog them for the 2nd place spot. These two teams met just 10 days ago right here and finished in a 0-0 stalemate. So now in the 3rd postseason meeting all time between these two teams, someone has a chance to play for a conference title this Saturday against the winner of Stevens and Lebanon Valley. That game will take place at 7 p.m. tonight. But DeSales will have to do it without their top goal scorer, Liam McDonald, after the junior picked up his 5th yellow card, resulting in him having to miss a game, and it just so happens to be the most important one of the season. But let's get to the starters for Misericordia in net. Santino Giannate, Ahmad Niema, Patrick Saipera, Richard Billings, Anthony Arabini, Reese Diffenderfer, Elijah Ure, Max Jamison, Spencer Pisani, Drew Weaver, and Alexander Sturins round out the starting lineup for the Cougars. And for DeSales in goal, Jimmy Shensky, Sean Bruce, Peter Cardinal, Joseph Retteneller, Jason Trivisano, Kevin Craw, Alec McDonald, Jake Hain, Owen Mayer, J.P. Mazza, and Larry Sullivan. 4 freshmen getting the start for DeSales today. And it looks like Misericordia will start with the ball. The Cougars in their gray jerseys with blue lettering and yellow trim. They send it back. DeSales in their white jerseys with black lettering. A little bit of a camo in there as well. As Misericordia bringing it down to the near side. And off to Diffenderfer. Sent back in. Corralled by Richard Billings. And intercepted. Here's Retteneller. He's the team's leading scorer outside of McDonald, bringing it home early, trying to go right against Pisani. And Misericordia will take over with Diffenderfer just channeling 30 seconds into this one. Now this is a DeSales team that has the most goals in the conference, 34. They rack up shots early on, and they've only allowed the second fewest goals in the conference, just 11 goals on the season. On the other side, Misericordia, if you look at their regular record, 5-7-5, not exactly what you'd like to see if you are the Cougars, but 3-1-3 in MAC Freedom play. As you will get a free kick here for DeSales early on, about 30 yards out. Looks like Peter Cardinal, the freshman from Staten Island, getting ready to take it. The keeper, Santino Giannate, has only allowed 15 goals in his career. The sophomore getting his first starts of the year this season. And here is Cardinal. He sends a left-footed blast, wide left. But I believe it went off of Giannate, so it will be a corner kick for DeSales. And they had the fourth most in that category in the entire conference this past season. So again, without their leading goal scorer, as Jason Trevisano, the junior from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, to take it all the way from the far side. 2 minutes into this one. And again, these teams played just 10 days ago, a 0-0 tie. As DeSales hasn't beaten Misericordia since 2015. There's a volley outside the box. Retteneller tries to keep control of it. Bruce is there, but it is knocked away. And Misericordia looking to clear with Niema, the senior from Germantown, Maryland, sending it through. Right back to him on the near side. 0-0 early on here in the 3rd minute. Pass it again. And good job by Niema. It's stolen by Maza, who scored the game winner this past weekend on Saturday. It was win and in. They were not, again, nobody was secured in the playoff spot except for Stevens, who had clinched that #1 spot. There was a ton of jostling, and even Kings had won. Kings was finished just outside the playoff picture in 5th. If they had won, they would have secured at least the 3rd seed. But again, they didn't score till the 90th minute. They didn't have a chance to really win. As Retteneller blasts it down to the far side, it's headed back in by Misericordia. This DeSales team, again, with the prolific goal scorers, is there is Crawl, team's leading assister. Tried to fire one in. It's deflected by Misericordia, out of bounds on the near side. And we'll get a throw in for the Bulldogs. Trevisano on the near side, playing his 52nd career game. And back out. Misericordia looking to attack. Again, this team does not score very often. And this DeSales team does not allow a lot of goals. So I think that if this game is to end in regulation, it's most likely going to be 1-0. Misericordia taking their time. This DeSales team, also with phenomenal keeper play, Jimmy Shensky, the freshman from Philly, has started 17 matches this year, 8 shutouts. And through their first the first 7 games, they were 6-1. They'd only allowed 2 goals up to that point. We're going to throw in for DeSales here. So they were outscoring their opponents 18-2 through the first 7 matches of the season. And then they hit conference play, and they struggled a little bit. They lost to Dickinson. They only picked up 3 wins, very short conference play season, 4 wins, for DeSales. Short conference play season. They made the most of it, earned their 2nd consecutive playoff berth. They're looking for their first conference championship appearance since 2017 when they won. And this is a head coach in George Crampton for DeSales that in his 26th season has won 5 MAC Freedom Championships. He's the all-time leader in DeSales in wins. 6 NCAA appearances, 12 10-win seasons, his 12th this year, and the opportunity with a couple of more wins to pick up his 4th career 15-win season. And he's been here at DeSales since 1999. And a throw in for the Bulldogs. Trevisano right here on the near side. Here in the 6th minute, DeSales has been rather comfortable playing a lot on their own end, but sending it all the way back to Jake Hain as the defense able to reset the offense. And a good cut by Cardinal. 2 defenders on him. Another good move. He's got great ball skills. He'll show that to you today. DeSales not trying to make any big-time mistakes as Rhett Neller sends it down the near side and well out of bounds. And that will head over the fence. We need a new ball. So a throw in for Misericordia. And this is a team that they made the conference tournament last year. They lost in the first round to Stevens, who, again, Stevens has had a phenomenal season, 6-0-1 in the MAC Freedom, hosting their own semifinal later tonight, 7 p.m. start. As another ball goes missing, and it'll be a throw-in again for DeSales, who's having their best season over the last 3 years. They've been under 500 the last 3 seasons. 5-7-5 last year, 6-10-2 the year before, 8-9-1 the year before that. But they're just having a stellar campaign for a storied history. And for a coach that just provides so much stability. As Misericordia going on the attack here, is sent to the far side for Cepera. Cepera gives it up to Alexander Sturans. And it's picked off, but a foul. As Anthony Yarabini, the senior from West Hampton, New Jersey, takes a spill and will get a free kick 40 yards out. Yarabini was all-conference honorable mention last year, 2nd team all-conference the year before, playing in his 72nd career game. His twin brother will come off the bench later today. This is too far to send it down as Cepera's in there as well. Let's see who takes the free kick, see if they can get a ricochet. That's sent in by Yarabini and headed out. And Yarabini pushed off the ball, out of bounds, and a throw-in for DeSales. 0-0. Here in the 8th minute. Just one shot today, taken by DeSales. And they have the only corner kick as well. And not chippy thus far. The game against Queens was pretty chippy, with over 25 combined fouls in that one. Or the game against Kings, excuse me. And DeSales won the shot battle on that one, 18-51, the quarter battle, 7-4. But a scoreless first half, and Liam McDonald scored in the 68th from an assist from Kevin Krall. And again, that stood until the 90th minute. And then King sent a header in from a corner, tying it 1-1. And then just 20 seconds later, J.P. Mazza went down the field and picked off a bad pass that sent back to the keeper, beat the keeper easily. And they needed that win. They needed the win to get in. They could not just keep that. They had to rely on some other factors if they did not win, at least tie that game. But Mazza pulled off a miracle, and DeSales in the conference tournament for the first time since 2020. Misericordia with an opportunity here. But that one's sent over to Sean Bruce. He's going to try to clear it, and he's knocked off the ball by Billings. Yarabini sending into the middle. Who wants it? Headed wide. Missing wide left off of DeSales, and it'll be a corner kick here in the 10th minute for Misericordia. It'll be the junior from Medford, New Jersey, Patrick Cepera, taking Hasn't scored this season, but he has 3 goals in his career. Trying to bend it in, maybe get a ricochet. He launches, and it's well over everybody. Deflected back to the near side. And a goal kick for DeSales, an easy, really no movement needed for the freshman keeper, Jimmy Shensky. They're not going to blast it. They're going to allow their defenders to bring it up. It's getting sent down on by Billings. Pushed it through, good move. Mayer sending it through, giving it up to Bruce. Bruce outside the box on the far side. Makes a cut, going in on Stearns. It's deflected out, and let's see. It will be a goal kick for Misericordia. Able to stifle the offensive attack. 0-0 in the 11th. A corner each for Misericordia and DeSales. Just one shot thus far. As Ahmad Yanima bringing it down the near side. Good cut there by Max Jamison. And a dangerous pass, but Spencer Pisani, the freshman from Lake Grove, New Jersey, able to keep it moving. And Misericordia not able to get an offensive attack here, but they're passing well. Again, scoring is not their strong suit. Defense is. And had a really rough start to the season. You know, we talked about DeSales going 6-1 through their first 7 games. Well, Misericordia went 1-5 in their first 6 matches. And they went 4-2-5 the rest of the year as it's a shot missing wide over the far side and a goal kick for DeSales. So Misericordia got off to a really slow start and picked it up towards the end, really played well in conference play, didn't suffer their first loss in conference play till their final match of the regular season. And DeSales, they never had a real losing skid. The most they lost was 2 in a row. But since October 12th, they've only won 3 matches, and they've won 3 of their last 4. And they lost against Stevenson, they lost against Dickinson. They've picked it up, and that's one stripped by Kevin Krall, sending it to the middle, giving it to Mazza. But easily stripped by Niema. Niema trying to send it through, deflected, not out of bounds. Mazza trying to shove him off the ball, out of bounds on the near side, and a throw-in for Misericordia. And this is going to be a very defensive game, especially, and I'll hammer home the point as much as it needs to be. The big-time goal scorer, Liam McDonald, out today for DeSales. Again, had too many yellow cards by league rules. He had to sit out a match. And it just really is unfortunate that he had to sit out this one. I mean, this is a kid that has 3 multi-goal games this season. He scored the first goal in that Kings game. And has 21 goals in his career, in his 3-year career with DeSales. And has been all conference the last 2 years, all region last year. I mean, he's been very outstanding as Bruce had an attempt, but it was knocked away. And Misericordia trying to go on the attack. And a good job by Larry Sullivan, the freshman, to knock him off the ball. This is going to be a very chippy game. No foul called there. Clean hit. Sent to the near side. Intercepted. Good push by Krall. Krall has 6 assists this season. He's going to be the one to find your hero today if there should be one. So unlike the regular season, if this match is tied after the full-length 90 minutes, we'll get 2 more periods of play. And if we're still tied after double overtime, we'll get PKs. There's a strip in the box as Urabini can't get a shot off. And now DeSales on the move. Owen Mayer bringing it down the near side. Makes a good cut on Ure, but he loses the ball. You're in the 15th minute, still 0-0, only 1 shot for each team. And DeSales had one on goal. No one's found the back of the net yet. And their winner will play on Saturday against either Stevens or Lebanon Valley. The winner of that game will be decided. Well, it starts at 7. We're playing here during the day in the middle of the week. This field does not have lights. So it was either play it during the day or play it somewhere else. Especially considering that we are now out of daylight savings time. It's going to get dark around 5:30. Got to use your daylight hours when you can. Brett Neller sending it to the far side. Blasting it down, looking for JP Mazza. Mazza deflected and out of bounds, and a throw in for DeSales. Whistle blows. Clock stops here in the 16th minute. So a throw in over there on the far side. For DeSales. Trying to send it into the box. Mazza was there, but it's knocked away by Weaver and sent back to the middle. Here is Trevisano. And he'll clear it back to the defense. Just trying to reset the offense. Don't give up many big passes. Looking to send it again. Not going to happen yet. It's scrambling around. No one gaining the upper hand. Misericordia trying to find a way to clear and get back into the offensive end. Again, this team has only scored 20 goals on the season, which is less than a goal per game. They've played, this is their 23rd match this year. But they only give up about a goal per game, which isn't exactly a recipe for success, but they've been playing well over their last stretch. They've been shut out a decent bit over the course of this season. As there's a whistle and a free kick. About 35 yards out. Let's see what they elect to do. Alec McDonald is in there. Former second-team All-Conference member last year. But it looks like they're going to give it to Peter Cardinal, the freshman, who has gotten a lot of starts towards the end of this season. 4 freshmen in the starting lineup for DeSales, really relying on the young talent to get things done for you. Here's Cardinal. Left foot, long bomb. Headed back, still anybody's ball here. Kroll finds the back of the net! Kevin Kroll, the man you'd think would be the feeder, sends a heater into the twine. 1-0 DeSales on top. Here in the 18th minute, big time move. And that could do it. We talked about it the whole time, that Misericordia does not really have a phenomenal offense. And this is a team, this is a beautiful DeSales team that has only allowed 11 goals on the season. And Kevin Kroll, the man that assisted in a goal against Kings, has 6, leads the team. He's also top 10 in the MAC Freedom, as that one sails well over the goal. Misericordia with their own attack. But Kevin Kroll, making the magic happen. A miracle way to get the second seed, get one more home game, and in front of this crowd early on in the first half, finding the back of the net. Kroll, his first goal of the season, and what a way to find it. First goal of the year, just his fifth of his career. And they're on the move again. Sullivan down the far side. Sullivan trying to go coast to coast. He's stripped and sent back. Kevin Kroll just doing things that he needs to do and stepping up. Once again, DeSales trying to go on the attack. Gives it to Peter Carter now. Brent Neller trying to get past Billings. Sends it back to the far side. As Jay Kane, the senior from Macungie, Pennsylvania, just holding on to it as Richard Billings for Misericordia is really attacking well, but no one's really gotten a foot on it. And that was an unassisted goal by Kevin Kroll. Just an unbelievable shot he took, went upper. As Anthony Yarabini's coming in, it's going to be up to him to make the opportunities today. He's tied for the team lead in goals with Drew Weaver with 5. And he's also tied for the lead in assists with Max Jamison and Patrick Sapera with 3. Now back to the keeper, Shensky. Trying to leave it up to him. Nobody substituted thus yet. At least for DeSales. No substitutions through the first 20 minutes.
Go ahead, Rich. Go ahead. Let's go step. Let's go step. Eli, you going.
And obviously with a 1-0 lead for DeSales, you can't just park the bus forever. It's too early in the match. But you don't have to be as aggressive. You don't have to make mistakes as Kroll picking up speed. His untucked jersey flapping in the wind down the near side. Headed right up against Jamison, who steals it right off his foot. And pushed close to out of bounds, but not there as Misericordia trying to get back on the attack. Dangerous pass in the box. And sent wide to Drew Weaver. It's been all conference and all region back-to-back seasons for this Misericordia team. And again, a big-time leader in his 68th career match. And for a defender, he scores a heck of a lot. 14 career, 5 this season. Pushed off. Now Misericordia with an opportunity. Back to the near side. Here is Diffenderfer. And deflected away. Weaver across the center line, sending it through. Just holding on. Back to the middle. Here's Pisani, the freshman, sending it down to Elijah Ure. Good passing here from Misericordia. Into the box, Diffenderfer. Trying to send a through ball, deflected out of bounds by Larry Sullivan, and a corner kick for Misericordia. We'll get some substitutions here. Shane Macko checks in, as does Noah Romig. Romig, the freshman from Middleburg, Pennsylvania. Macko, the sophomore from Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania, making his 15th appearance of the year. Romig his 14th. As Richard Billings checks out, as will Reese Diffenderfer. Launched into the far side. Headed back through, but kept out by Retteneller. And it's cleared by DeSales. A great job. And sent all the way back to the keeper outside the box, Gianotti. As Misericordia, again, not an incessant need to score here. You don't want to wait. Here's Jamison sending it to the middle. Has Sapera. Shot! It's in! Yarabini off the feed from Sapera equalizes it here in the 24th minute. Unreal. Now, I said earlier in this match this might end 1-0. Oh, we have a ball game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1 with 21:38 to go here in the first half. Always credited to Patrick Sapera. Only man with a shot for Misericordia in this half. Let's see if DeSales tries to make their mark. Less than 10 minutes, less than really 5 minutes after the first goal. As Kroll has it touched out of bounds by Romig. And a throw in here for Trevisano. Out to the far side. Sean Bruce on the attack, out of bounds though. A throw in for Misericordia. It's only 6 out of 22 times this season Misericordia has scored more than once. The most they've scored in a match was 4 against Gwynedd Mercy. That was all the way back on September the 3rd. They scored multiple goals, 2 in a 2-1 victory against Arcadia back on the 29th. But prior to that, they hadn't scored multiple goals since October 12th against Fairleigh Dickinson Florham. There's an opportunity here to the near side, headed away. Very close to an own goal for Max Jamison, and we'll get a corner kick for DeSales. Here in the 26th minute. And it will be Jason Trevisano taking it. Trevisano has not scored this season. See if he can bend it in. Kevin Kroll outside the box, waiting for the redirect. JP Mazza on the near post. And it's sent in and headed away by Misericordia. Good defense, but Larry Sullivan sends it back to the far side. Sullivan has some room to work with. A shot, and he's caught by Santino Gianotti. One-one. Here in the 27th minute. You haven't seen any substitutions yet for DeSales. You've seen a couple for Misericordia. This is a DeSales team that is well conditioned. They play down to the wire. They've had to. So Misericordia just tries to keep something moving here. Back to the middle. They reset with the defense. They've gone a lot to Niema. And, you know, he's gotten a lot of playing time the last 2 years. Only 32 career matches headed into this one, when some of them have close to 70. As Jamison to the near side, marked well. Niema looking for his first collegiate career goal this year. And he's deep into the attacking third for a defender. Good move to Ure. Knocked off the ball by Kroll and blasted away to the near side. With the wind, it caught up to it. Niema trying to send it through off of Kevin Kroll, and a throw in for Misericordia. And we'll get a substitution, 2 players coming in It'll be Kyle Trapp, the senior from Warwick, New York, and Anthony Numson, sophomore from Warwick, New York. Numson just appearing in his 5th match of the season. Looks like we might get some substitutions for DeSales in a moment. Again, have yet to put anyone in. Starters have stayed in for the first 29 minutes. Ure trying to deliver to the far side, but it'll roll out of bounds. And a throw in for DeSales. And it will be just one man subbing in. It'll be Brian Floor, the junior from Macungie, Pennsylvania, subbing in for Owen Mayer. Floor in his 18th match. It's just one match of this season. Scored 1 goal. That was back on the 28th of September against Hood. So this is the opportunity here for Misericordia. Sent back to the middle. Jamison trying to make a pass into the box, and it's blasted out and cleared. Given up to Floor. Floor picking up some speed going against Ure. Back to the far side. Sent out. Floor lost it. And that will be a throw-in deep in the attacking third. And we'll get another substitution here for DeSales. It'll be the senior Tristan Castellani as the freshman JP Mazda checks out. So a deep throw in. Who's going to take it? It'll be Peter Cardinal, the freshman. #28th all-time meeting between these two teams. Misericordia leads the series 15-7-5, and they're 8-0-2 in the last 10 matches against DeSales. That's a shot deflected and pushed out. Here's Floor. Floor sends it to the middle. Try to send it to the box, deflected out. Here is Sullivan with an open look and deflected again. McDonald had an open look that time. That's pushed out. So the last time DeSales defeated Misericordia was back on October 31st, 2015 in a 1-0 double overtime victory. And DeSales is just 2-5-2 at home in this series. And they're 1-1 against each other in conference tournament games. Misericordia won 3-0 in 2016, which is the last time they played in a conference tournament. And this season, it was a 0-0 tie back on October 26th, just 10 days ago. DeSales did win the shot battle 10-9, 6-5 shots on goal, and won the corners as well, 6-3. And both teams had scoring chances in the second half. They were pretty evenly matched, but no one could find the back of the net. Very different here, but we are still in a stalemate, 1-1. And a good stick by Sullivan. Sending it down and intercepted. That was Ahmad Niema. As Ure has it on the near side. Only a couple of subs for either team. Just 2 substitutions for DeSales, 4 for Misericordia. In collegiate soccer, there are unlimited substitutions. But if you come out in the first half, you cannot play until the second half, as that one's sent into the box, deflected out. Misericordia trying to go on the attack, but Cardinal takes over. Sends it back to the middle, and we'll see if DeSales brings in some more substitutions in a moment. Nearing the end of the first half. Kevin Kroll got the scoring started in the 18th, and a few minutes later, Sepera had one as that one's deflected into the box and pushed back out. Bruce sends a blister down into the middle. Looking for Castellani to retrieve it. Not going to happen there. And he's shoved to the turf. And there's your foul. Had to have it there nearing the end of the first half. You have an opportunity about 40 yards out. You're not going to score from there most likely. Maybe 35 out. But you have an opportunity to get a deflection or at least send a nice pass into the box. And this has been a very clean match. Just 3 fouls between the two. Misericordia with 2 and DeSales with 1. A lot of times you'll see men's soccer being a lot more physical, a lot more fouls than women's. But today, each team has stayed within the rule book. It'll be Card now with his big left foot. Trying to get some kind of deflection. Card now. Volleys. Can he get the header? Well, he got a header, not the right player. And right back to him. Misericordia trying to advance, not going to happen here. Sent out to the far side and a slip and fall, no whistle. They'll play on. Bruce bringing it in, has space. Going in against Numson. Sends a volley to the near side. Castellani will channel it. Almost stepped right on top of it. Almost lost his balance. And as a result, in the 80th minute, Misericordia trying to get back on the attack. Kevin Krall against it. Trying to send it. Intercepted. Good ball skills from Jamison. Uray against Krall. Good passing skills right here from this Misericordia team. Again, here in the 35th minute, 1-1. Just 5 shots between the two. Get some more substitutions here. It'll be for both teams. Cohen Stiles, the freshman, checking in for Misericordia. And it'll be Larry Ajay and Colin Caulfield coming in for DeSales. Good move down. Here's Floor, and his opportunity is deflected out. But a throw in for Ajay. He gives it away and allows Trevisano to take over. Trevisano on the free throw. In the 82nd, launches into the box, headed out by Misericordia, but kept in by McDonald. And the Cougars take over. Sullivan trying to knock his man off the ball, can't do it here. Isniema winds up, sends it down. Headed back in by Rettenella. Good defense here. Teams are getting more chippy as we head down and nearing the end of the first half here. Romig coming in, gets through 2 defenders, but not the third, as it's blasted out by Ajay. Here's Floor. Good move, but sandwiched between 2 defenders. We play a lot between the 18 since that last goal by Sepera. And a throw in here for DeSales, out of bounds on the far side. It'll be Cardinale taking it.
Pinch in, Noah. Come on, Noah. Don't make me tell ya.
Seven minutes to play in the first half. I think these teams have played well on defense. Misericordia able to center a shot. And each team really centered a shot head on. You don't often see that. You know, Kroll and Sepera each were dialed in and sent a blistering fireball to the back of the net. That one's sent down over on the near side. Romig going in against Trevisano, one-on-one. Romig makes a cut to the right. His shot deflected out, was going to go wide. Misericordia still on the attack. DeSales is yet to clear. Pisani at the top, sent back in by Yerabini. And the whistle blows, and a free kick for DeSales going the other way. Entered the 39th minute. Back to the far side. You know, this game has huge implications. It's the biggest one of the season for both teams. Again, the winner will play for the conference title against either Stevens or Lebanon Valley. And here is Floor with an opportunity in space. A J from the corner, and his volley is wide. But the header, it hits the top of the net. And out of bounds, a goal kick here in the 40th. Very close, as Castellani was right there. And just 6 shots combined between the two teams, 4 for DeSales, 2 for Misericordia. And the defense has been the key. And quite frankly, I do not believe that next goal wins. I think that there will be at least 2 more goals in this match. That one shot over the crossbar. A blister from Shane Macko. And a goal kick just by the skin of his teeth for DeSales. Jimmy Shensky has not made his saves, and he's only faced a couple of shots. Only 1 shot has been on goal for Misericordia, and that was a goal. And this is a young keeper that has gotten the job done all season long. He didn't start just 2 matches of this season. He's 12-3-2 on the year, 8 shutouts. And each of their first 6 wins were via the shutout. And as a program, it's been 11 shutouts for DeSales as we'll get a throw in for Misericordia here in the 42nd minute. Sending it through. Knocked off the ball, but blasted out. As Castellani sending it all the way down. He's there for it. Was going right up against Misericordia. Not going to happen here. 3 and change to play in the first half. Okay, no extra time. The clock does stop for stoppages. Cleared out. Back to Jake Hain. And back to the keeper. Very dangerous. And sent out to the near side. The wind is controlling the ball today. It's blowing from left to right. So anything in the air coming from the defensive end of DeSales is going to get knocked down by the wind, and it'll be a throw-in across the center line for Max Jamison, the junior from Arlington, Virginia. 3 career goals each this season. And a throw-in for DeSales, just trying to run out the end of the half. I think each team has one scoring opportunity left before we hit the break. Push through. 2 minutes to play. Here in the first half, entering the 44th. Misericordia with a lane and a shot deflected. And an easy save for Jimmy Shensky. Just falls on it, his first save of the match. Let's see if this can propel his team.
Come on, guys. Hey, 2 minutes. Important. Let's go. Here we go.
You got to be careful if you're DeSales. You saw what happened if you can make a poor pass back to your keeper at the end of a game. That's how you won. That's how you were able to solidify this home game, is DeSales going on the corner and it's sent back out. "60 seconds to play here from DeSales. Jamison in space. Left foot touch into the middle, but we blasted out again. Not cleared though. Ure couldn't cradle it. Sent back to the near side. 42 seconds left. Ure cuts to the middle, going right against DJ, and sending it to the far side for Yerabini. Makes a move. Numson high in the air. Jamison to the near side. 25 seconds left. Stays in bounds. Blasting it to the middle. Trying to get a redirect here. Numson was there. 14 seconds to play. Looks like DeSales may clear it. Intended for Castellani. Genote is out. And he picks it up inside the box. 5 seconds to play here in the first half. And we will head into the break. A nail biter in this one. 1-1 here in the MAC Freedom semifinal. 45 minutes to play. Somebody's going to the championship game. Are we going to finish it off in regulation? Is this going to be overtime, or will we take it to penalty kicks? All that and more answered after the break. 1-1 after the first 45 here from DeSales University. We'll be back. out of the break here, 1-1 from DeSales University. John Calavita here taking you through this match the rest of the way. Well, DeSales got the scoring started in the 18th minute. Kevin Kroll netted his first goal of the season, and it looked like that might be the only thing that you needed. It might be the only goal that we might see today. Misericordia hadn't done much on the offensive end, but Patrick Sapera, the junior from Medford, New Jersey, sent home the equalizer in the 24th minute. And here we stand 1-1, and already DeSales out of the gate on the attack. And there's a shot by Mayer and handled easily by Genotti. So a shot 20 seconds into the second half. And this is a DeSales team, again, 35 goals on the season. They've only scored 12 in the first half, 23 goals scored in the second half. And on the other side, Misericordia, they scored back in the first half. That was just the fourth goal that DeSales has allowed in the first 45 minutes of any match this season. They've allowed 8 goals in the second half. So if Misericordia wants to come to play and they want to find the back of the net one more time, statistics show, although it's hard to do against this DeSales team, statistics show that they're more likely to do it in the second half. But we have a clean slate again. There will be, if in the event of a tie, whether it stays 1-1 or we get to 2-2 or anything like that, there will be two 10-minute overtime periods. And an opportunity now for DeSales, sending it to the far side. Kevin Kroll going right up against Jamison. Sullivan, pass to the near side. Here is Sean Bruce cutting in. He rifles one, deflected off a defender. But here is McDonald, who's pushed out again. Not out of bounds just yet. Letting it roll. McDonald trying to find Sullivan. McDonald. A shot headed away. Good move by Pisani. McDonald still in there. The senior from Independence, Ohio. In the corner. Out of bounds and a throw-in. Deep in the attacking third for DeSales. Here in the 48th minute. A throw-in for the Bulldogs. Sent down. A volley. Can they get a redirect? Oh, almost had it. They were right there. It would have been Kevin Kroll again. But his left foot missed it. And now it's blasted away by Niema. Misericordia in the gray and blue trim. DeSales in the white with the black on the front and the dark blue lettering with red trim. And remember, the wind is blowing real hard. And if it gets up in the jet stream, it's blowing from right to left across the field. So any kick from Misericordia's defensive end will get up there and will be blown down. So it'll be harder for the Cougars to clear it out. And once again, a shot deflected, pushed off the ball, no foul yet. There's your whistle. Owen Mayer, a foul against him, and another one, and we might get a yellow card here. Not happy for it. They're pulling out the card. A yellow card against Ure. And that's rough. I think so. The free kick's going to be forward, it looks like, for Misericordia, and I think you might have seen Mazza there play the ball from the ground. Oh, they carded Mayer. They carded Mayer, not Ure. So a yellow card for DeSales, but getting right back into the box. Back to the near side. Sullivan loses it. Not able to clear yet. And a friendly collision there between McDonald and Mayer. McDonald going right in. Back to the near side. Here's Sean Bruce outside the box now. Good touch in. Still not out. Deflected high. Oh. Mazzo was right there, could have had another hero goal, scored the game winner against Kings. Back on the 29th. 50th minute, 1-1. And the keeper, Janate, knowing that the wind is against him, so he's not going to take those kicks, but that one's sent down to the far side. Misericordia on the attack for the first time today, but it's out of bounds. And a throw in for DeSales. It's worth mentioning DeSales without their best player, Liam McDonald, leading goal scorer on the team with 12. The next highest scorer in goals is Joey Reteller. He only has 5. Here's Kevin Krall coming across the center line into the middle, finding Mayer. Heading in, has space, sending it down for Bruce. Bruce saves it before it goes out of bounds. Bruce into the box. He fires, deflected, was still on the advantage. And a save, perfect stop there by Yarabini, deep in his own territory. We are seeing a lot more aggression here in the second half. Almost 2/3 of their goals for DeSales scored in the second half. There's a shot that is deflected out and a throw-in here for Misericordia. Pushed out by McDonald and a throw-in for Yerbany. Senior from West Hampton, New Jersey, all-conference player each of the last 2 years. And a man down on the field for the Cougars. That's the freshman Alexander Stearns. And he comes off. He can check back in any time he needs to, as we are in the second half, as Numson comes in for him. That's launched in by Arbini and sent out as Bruce tries to keep it moving, but it'll be pushed out again this time. And a throw in again for Misericordia. Numson. Anthony Numson, the sophomore from Warwick, New York, appearing in his 6th game of the season. Hasn't played since September 24th. Curves in, wind stops. Can they get the header? Not here. A shot deflected, blocked by DeSales. Sapero was right there. And now here an opportunity for Numson, crossing it to the middle, sent back out. A good opportunity. Ure. Out to the near side. Easy chance for Yerabini. Looking to go into the box. Working his way. Left foot touch. And deflected. DeSales is yet to clear yet. Misericordia still on the attack. No whistle there. Easy collision. And Mazza sending it through. Good move off the ball for Mayer. And finally DeSales in transition coming off. And Mayer pushes it through, but intercepted by Weaver, team's leading scorer with Yerabini. Misericordia coming out strong here in the second half. Again, if this is tied after the full 90, we will get 2 10-minute overtime periods. Again, if they score in the first, it won't play the second. If you get through that, it's still tied after the 2 overtimes. There will be penalty kicks. Misericordia heading on the advantage. Very physical. There's your whistle finally. And a free kick outside the box, just outside, maybe 20 yards from the goal line for the Cougars. It'll be Sapera, who already scored today, and Numson's in there as well. We've entered the 54th minute. Sapera, deflected. Perfect wall stoppage there by Cardinale. Misericordia still trying to keep it in their offensive end. Headed out. And another whistle, but this time it's an injury. Alec McDonald, the senior from Independence, Ohio, is down, and the clock will stop. 1-1, 36-32 left here in the regulation. The winner of this game will head to the MAC Freedom Championship game played on Saturday night. They'll face off against the winner of Stevens and Lebanon Valley. That game played later tonight, 7 p.m. Deflected back. DeSales trying to go back on the attack again. And Mayer pulled off. So a free kick for DeSales. From the 18. Oh no, from the goal, from the end line. So free kick for DeSales. 55th minute. Blasted in. Wind sailing the ball. And now a good opportunity. Here is Bruce down the far side. Bruce with all kind of speed going against Jamison. Trying to weave his way two defenders. He won't get there. The ball will. And Misericordia trying to clear. Uray pushing. Deflected off. Here's Sapera. Back out to the far side. And a collision and a whistle. That'll be a foul against DeSales. Right there against Kevin Kroll. Made a big-time stop, but a free kick maybe 30 yards out. For Misericordia. This one a little bit more chippy than the last one. And these teams expecting some physical play. Blasted in. Tip save. Volleyed off the post, right off the corner. And DeSales lucky to escape that one. They're not done yet. Mako drops it off. Mako to Numson. Shoved off the ball and out of bounds. And that was a wasted opportunity by Misericordia. Mako sent it off the left top corner. The shot was touched by Shensky, but he didn't corral it. It got away from him, and he is lucky that this game is not 2-1. So a free kick for DeSales, sending it down the near side, as Misericordia has absolutely had the upper hand here in the early goings of the second half. So throw in for Numson. Sent back to the keeper, Genotti. Resetting the offense for Misericordia. DeSales has not beaten the Cougars since 2015. Third time these teams have played in the conference tournament, each team with one victory. Here is Sean Bruce going on Numson. Bruce pushing it to no man's land. Nobody there. Sullivan chasing after it for DeSales, but it'll be taken over by Misericordia. But Kevin Kroll shoved off the ball, but a foul. Misericordia will have the ball, and the clock stops. And a yellow card. So yellow card against Misericordia. We'll get some substitutions, tell you those in a moment. So a throw in for DeSales. Launch down. Bruce trying to get it through. Crawl on the far side to Bruce. Looking to go into the box again. We've seen him all game long. A volley into the middle, sent over the two players he had there. And Numson trying to push it out. Shoved off the ball, and they're going to call that a foul against DeSales. Interesting, because it looked like to me Numson fell and tried to grab on to Berardini. Who's in the game for the first time today. Berardini, the sophomore from Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey. Back to the middle. And Cepera picking up speed, push to the far side. An opportunity, and what a move. A good job by Shensky coming out of net and putting a stop to Diffenderfer. The sophomore from Lewisburg would have had a wide open net had he not been tackled well. And this is going to go down to the wire. This is a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. And another foul, even chippier here. So it'll be a free kick for DeSales from right around midfield. It'll be taken by Cardinale. And the yellow card was against Max Jamison, so each team with a yellow card now. Here is Trevisano. Take it just inside the 50. As we've reached the 60th minute. Into the box, cleared by Misericordia. Out to the far side, Kevin Crawl. Making his presence felt, no whistle there. Misericordia takes it over. Crawl, being very physical, has tumbled a couple of times here in this second half. 30 minutes to play in regulation, 1-1. Haven't seen a goal since the 24th minute, and another foul. Much chippier. Just 3 fouls combined for the two teams in the first half. And now we're at 12. So another yellow card for this DeSales team against Kevin Crawl, the man who scored the only goal of the game for the Bulldogs. So 3 yellow cards already in this half. Crawl has one, Mayer has one for DeSales, and Jamison has one for Misericordia. You're in the 61st minute. Remember, if you get a second yellow card or you pick up a red, which means you pick up a red, but if you get a red immediately, you're down a player. And in a game this important, you cannot afford that. Especially when your best attacker is out. Misericordia trying to get back on the offensive attack, but picked off by McDonald to the near side, trying to get through 2 defenders. He will. McDonald going coast to coast on the near side. Defending well, pushed to the near side, and a tackle and a foul against Misericordia. Yerubini on the other end. Another big whistle. You hope McDonald's going to be all right. And let's see, looks like we're going to get another yellow card here. And now we're going to need a referee who's going to calm down George Crampton and his team, make sure he's going to warn the other manager as well that there is a warning here. Clock is stopped. And you can hear that. Misericordia's coach, Alistair Moore, saying that his player did get the ball, but didn't look like it there. Referee says he didn't. And it'll be a free kick 20 yards out from the near corner. As Peter Cardinale, the freshman, stands in with the biggest kick of his life. 1-1, 61st minute. The next goal could send one of these teams to the conference championship. Cardinale. Big leg, sending in, can't get the header deflected out. And Misericordia trying to clear. Larry Sullivan sends it back in. Headed out. And DeSales retains possession, sending it back through. And a big kick from Cardinale, but it's out of bounds along the near side. A throw-in for Misericordia. Blasted back in. DeSales with an opportunity. Crawl is there, giving off the floor. Coming in off the bench, sends one wide right. 4 from inside the 18, had one. He had a couple of chances in the first half. He has great speed. We'll get a goal kick here. They're not going to blast it down for Misericordia. Sent to the near side. A good move by Cardinale. Near the center circle, pushed through, intercepted by Pisani. But here is Sullivan. Sullivan in space near the box, can't get through 2 defenders. And it's cleared this time by Niema. But another big-time chance for the Bulldogs. Very, very chippy towards the end. Again, 13 fouls, 10 of them in this second half for both teams combined. Throw in for Misericordia. Drew Weaver, the senior defender. Sending it down. But DeSales looks like they're going to retain possession here. Sent down. Walker. Down to the near side. Bruce has a breakaway. Can he beat his man? Can he beat Weaver? And I believe that's a corner. Third corner for DeSales in the match. As we are here in the 64th minute. Haven't scored since the 24th. DeSales got the scoring started in the 18th with Kevin Krall sending his first goal of the season to the back of the net. And then Patrick Sapera with the equalizer in the 24th for Misericordia. Here is Trevisano from the near corner. Blasting it in. Can they get the redirect? Nope, headed out. Trevisano able to recover it, sending it right back in. Headed one more time by Numson, not out this time. Diffenderfer makes a good cut, but pushed off by Sullivan. And out of bounds on the near side. So a throw in for the Cougars near the center line. 65th minute. That's blasted near the net. And DeSales recovers, sending it out to clear. Floor is there. Floor gets it to go in his direction. It's knocked back in by Niema. Now DeSales with numbers going the other way. Kevin Crawl picking up speed. Sending it through. Oh! Barodin was right there. And he just deflected off him. That would have been relatively close to an easy goal. That one's blasted out by Niema again. A throw in on the far side. And we'll get a substitution here. Yarabini stays in. Castellani checks in for DeSales. We'll get 3 substitutions. Or excuse me, 4 for Misericordia. Richard Billings is back. Hayden Dallin, the freshman from Dover, Pennsylvania, in for the first time today. Cohen Stiles is back as well. And Noah Romig checks in for Patrick Sapera. Barodin was bearing in on net, but Niema clears it again. Spent a lot of this half in the attacking third for DeSales. Blasted down the near side. Castellani, the senior, coming into the box, and he's pushed out by Hayden Dallin. And a goal kick for Misericordia. Good job by the freshman coming fresh off the bench. "23 minutes and change. Somebody's going to come up and score. The next goal will, in all likelihood, send their team to the conference championship. Pretty good crowd on hand for this one. Misericordia fans have made themselves heard. DeSales having their home game in the middle of the day. A lot of parents called out of work for this one. Cardinale down low for Floor. Floor through ball to Barodin. Barodin deflected out by Niema. DeSales still on the attack. UA trying to get right past Sullivan. Dallum. Sent to the near side. Intercepted. Almost. Good move by McDonald. Sent it to the middle, but it was intercepted again by Pisani, the freshman from Lake Grove. Neller. Jamieson steals it. Jamieson coming in, bearing down on the goal. Sends it to the near side. Neller takes it off the dome. Loose ball sent out by Castellini. Thalem to the near side. Gives it off to Yerabini. Good cut to the near side. Yerabini left foot. Not going to happen here. Still in the box. Now pushed out. And I believe off of Yerabini and a throw in deep in their own territory for DeSales. Trying to send it down. So we're not quite there yet. The clock stops at 21:29 to go here in the second half. But when we get to 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes, substitutions, the clock will stop. When the game is tied or the team leading substitutes, the clock will stop. But there is a man down inside the 18 for DeSales. Can't see who it is just yet. I think it was McDonald. Alec McDonald down inside the box. Man that started this one, appearing in his 71st career match, starting his 70th career match. Has started every match this season. You hope he's going to be all right. He is slow, not coming off the field here, and we'll get some substitutions in a moment. Again, we have not seen a goal since the 24th minute. And it looks like Lucas Heberling, the sophomore from Allentown, is getting ready to check in. First time we've seen him coming into his 18th game this season. So a throw in for Cardinale, gives it right off to Castellini. Out of bounds on the near side, a throw in again. 68th minute. Deep throw. Headed down. Back and forth we go. Barradin. Sent to the near side. Good cut. Castellani. Sent to the middle. Couldn't get the center. And pushed out by Misericordia. Not cleared yet. Heberling. Sends a shot. Deflected high over the goal line. Right over the crossbar. And look at that. Heberling off the bench, making his presence felt as we've reached the 70th minute. So a corner kick for DeSales. Now every single offensive opportunity is more and more important as we go. This is the trip to the conference championship on the line. Cardinale, a big left foot here. Has the leg, crosses in, headed out by Misericordia. But Bruce will retain possession, gets it along. Sullivan sent it back. But Pisani holding his own against Castellani. Sullivan, no whistle. Castellani trying to push his way through, give and go. Good move by Barradin. Barradin outside, left foot blast by Bruce. Over the crossbar again. Landed on top of the goal. We've seen that a couple of times today for both teams. As DeSales begins to rack up shots. Get another substitution. Diffenderfer checks in. He comes in for Stiles. As Bruce comes off for Ryan Tavener. Seeing him for the first time today, the junior from Columbus, New Jersey. Making his 9th appearance of the year. Had a goal against Bryn Athen back on September the 7th. And another whistle. Free kick for Misericordia. It'll be the freshman Spencer Pisani taking it from 40-plus yards out. Not going to score from here, but he's got a big leg. Hammered inside the box, but forced well out. And now an opportunity for DeSales. Ryan Tavener had space, and he knocks his man off the ball, sending it through to Castellani. Castellani coming in on Pisani. Castellani in the box, pushed down in the box. No whistle. And there's your whistle. And a corner kick incoming. A bit more chippy as we've gone along. Back from the far side here to Cardinale. 17 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this one. In regulation, at least, we will have an overtime period if it's tied. 2 10-minute periods. Cardinale bends it in. Oh, the header just missed. And another corner kick, this time on the near side. So this will be Trevisano taking this one. Trevisano, the right footer. Last one. And out of bounds on the near side, inside the near post. And a goal kick after 2 failed corners. Misericordia just staving them off by the skin of their teeth. Billings sends it down for Stiles, who's open. Stiles going right on against Cardinale. And it's pushed out to the near side, a throw in for Misericordia. 1-1 here in the 75th minute. Scoreless second half thus far. Blasted in, and Shensky falls on it. Shensky's only had to make 1 save today. The only other shot on goal that he faced was sent home. Chipped off the ball. It's loose. Castellani down the near side, out of bounds across the near side. And a throw in deep in their own territory. And the clock stops. Throw in for DeSales. And the referee talking to the young freshman Hayden Dallum. Getting big time minutes late here in this postseason match. Throwing down low to Castellani. Good cut in. Cardinale to the middle, pushed out by Misericordia. Dallum trying to clear it. Hasn't yet. Diffenderfer pushes back. Dallum sends it through. But intercepted by Heberling. Heberling falls. Diffenderfer recovers. Diffenderfer sending it down. First time for Misericordia in a while they've had a real shot. Out of bounds on the near side and a throw in for DeSales. Inside of 15 minutes left to play. Push off the ball. Heberling making the best out of his short time on the field today. Sending it all the way down. Castellani going right up against Weaver. And a throw in for DeSales. Again, coming down to the wire. Here in the 77th minute. Clock is stopped. We're going to get another substitution. It'll be Patrick Sapera coming in for Noah Romick. The junior for the freshman. Cardinale again. Sending it down low, out of bounds again. And a throw in this time for Misericordia and another stoppage for substitutions. Out of bounds again on the near side. Another throw in for Anthony Yerubini. Substitution was Yerubini for Cohen Stiles. Yerubini in his 72nd career game, most played by any player on this Misericordia team, could be playing his final one. How fitting would it be for him to get the game-winning goal? Billings knocked off the ball. Pushed out to the near side. A throw in for Misericordia. Yerubini to throw it again. And again, you wonder how is this game even close with Liam McDonald in. That one, the throw in, headed out. An opportunity wasted by Misericordia. Sent back into the attacking side for DeSales. But right back in, Dallum. Back to Niema. Stopped, good move. And Castellani tripped up. And there is a foul. And Ure is incredulous with it, as we'll get another clock stoppage. But that was a clear foul. Not really sure what he's angry about. And we've seen Alistair Morgan, first-year head coach for this Misericordia team. He's really been arguing with the referee today. He spent 5 seasons as the assistant coach of Campbell, spent 4 years prior to that as assistant coach of Roanoke. He played at Virginia Tech for a year, transferred to Emory, where he won a conference title and helped the team reach the NCAA tournament. Floor to the far side. Coming into the box. Floor has space, sends it to the near side. It's intercepted. Misericordia trying to clear again. Very chippy and pushed to throw into the far side for Misericordia. Under 12 to play in regulation. Looking more and more likely that we are going to head in this overtime period. And really, Misericordia should have the lead in this one as Billings coming in. Billings to the near side, gives off to Yerubini. The senior cuts to the right and forced out by the freshman Cardinale. And it will be a dangerous corner kick. This is a Misericordia team that had the second fewest corners, and not just the MAC Freedom, but in the MAC as a whole. So a team that doesn't get these opportunities, trying to take advantage of it. Blasted. High, dangerous play. Shemsky's there. The goal is empty, and the whistle blows, and a foul against Misericordia going the other way. So a goal, basically a goal kick for Shensky. That was very close. Shensky was down on the ground. The goal was vacated. As we've reached the 80th minute. Castellani out of bounds to the near side. We'll get another couple of substitutions, bringing your starters back in. Bruce is coming back. Mazza is coming back. Krall is back. And McDonald is back. Final 10 minutes and change. And all the starters, relatively all of them back in here for DeSales. One last chance. Mazza was the hero this past weekend. Can he be the hero again? Mazza. And there's a straight up push. No whistle yet. Bruce. Pushing to the outside. And it's stolen. He's going right with it and a foul. They're going to say Bruce grabbed the defender. So now officially 10 minutes left here in the second half in regulation. Cardinale, another throw-in. Mazza. Trying to get some space in the middle. Mazza to McDonald. McDonald intercepted. Dallum, who did not get to start, the freshman getting big minutes here in the second half. Another throw-in for Misericordia. This Misericordia team looking to avenge their first round loss against Stevens, who they could play in the championship game. Again, we'll find out the winner of that when it kicks off at 7 o'clock tonight. Mako to the far side to Diffenderfer. Diffenderfer gets through the slide tackle. Diffenderfer passes to Mako, intercepted. Misericordia, another missed chance. And Ure strips him. And another physical play, and you've got the whistle. And that was almost a blindside hit. And let's see. That was, I think Kevin Krall was in there. Mazza was in there as well. So no card there. The clock stops. 8:13 to go in regulation. 82nd minute. I think we're going to get a trainer onto the field. So it looks like Stiles is coming in for Diffenderfer. You hope he's all right. But he is hobbling off. He's coming off under his own power, which is a good sign. But you hope he's all right. Maybe he can continue. If this game go any farther, remember you can do any unlimited substitutions in the second half. The freshmen who really haven't seen a ton of playing time this year coming in and doing their job. Stiles does have a goal and an assist on the year. But it will be a free kick 25 yards out in a crucial time, crunch time here for Misericordia. Yerubini getting ready, as is Sapera. See if he goes for the goal. Yerubini for the net. Deflected out, still in the box for Misericordia. And pushed out back to Sapera on the outside. Heading in right on against Sullivan. And Crawl able to put a stop to that attack. Sent all the way down. Bruce with some space, but it's pushed out along the far side. And a throw in for Misericordia. Down the far side. Pushed across. Mako coming in, out to the far side. Sent in, kicked over and out of bounds. And a corner kick for Misericordia. It looks like Sapera will take it. Sapera recorded the equalizer in the 24th minute, and here we stand 1-1. Sapera, the volley. And Misericordia misses another, but that's an ill-advised pass to the outside. Goes out of bounds, so another throw-in and another offensive opportunity for Misericordia here in the 84th minute. Ure. Back to the outside. Pushed out and another corner for Misericordia. They've had a few of these over the last couple of minutes. This is where you need to bring it home. It'll be Yerubini from the near side. 6 and change to play in regulation. If we're tied, we'll play overtime. 10-minute periods. After 2 of those, headed into PKs. But Yerubini may try to do it all himself right here. Yerubini with the curve, sent out. Bruce trying to put a handle on it, but Ure steals it from him. Ure to the outside to Stiles. Stiles into the box, fires, knocked down by Shensky. He didn't catch it, but he saved it just the same. And DeSales safe for the time being. Bruce sends it through to Kevin Crawl. Crawl cannot get through Niema. And Misericordia with another big-time defensive stand. The Cougars back on the attack. But it goes back to Shensky here. One of the first times we've seen him used as an outlet. Sent all the way down. Bruce is there inside the box. And Bruce is pushed out. Misericordia trying to clear. Plenty of time to do so. Inside 5 minutes, headed into the 86th. And a whistle and a foul against Kevin Crawl. Not a yellow card, but a free kick outside the center line. Clock continues to roll. 4.5 minutes from overtime should nobody score. Plenty of time left. Back to the near side. Yerubini running in right on Cardinale. Cardinale almost stripped him. Yerubini recovers. Yerubini against McDonald, choosing hands there. And pushed back to the near side. Dahlem shoved off the ball, but Misericordia keeps it in play in the offensive end. Bruce pushes it out to the near side near the center line, and a throw-in inside of 4 minutes for Misericordia. The Cougars doing everything they can to spoil the party for DeSales. And a poor touch. Here's Cepera. Can he get the second? Knocks it off. And Sullivan sends it back out to clear, but another throw-in for the Cougars. This is the worst time of the game to have this a big-time offensive possession. Weaver sends it down low. Bruce going right up against Yerubini. And another throw-in for Misericordia, this time deep in enemy territory in the 87th. Big time throw-in for Yerubini. And it's sent out. Sullivan is there trying to blast it, but they can't clear it again. Out of bounds to the near side, all the way up here, and I got it. First announcer catch of my life. All the way right up here. Definitely ready for it. 88th minute. Sent all the way down. McDonald. Cepera sending it to the middle. Shemsky knocked it down. He falls. The shot, Shako! And saved again by Shemsky. Mako was right there and pushed out of bounds to the near side. Another throw-in and a huge missed opportunity there for Misericordia. If you keep peppering the goal, you're gonna find the back of the net at some point. 88th minute, 2:13 to play in regulation. One more goal and somebody is going to the MAC Freedom Championship game. Launched in and pushed out again. Not far enough. Pisani, Ure in the box, and Sullivan trying to clear it again. Pisani not letting that happen. But now Mazza, inside of 2 minutes, sends it up. Bruce with a head of steam. Could this be the moment? Bruce up the middle, and there is a foul. The clock will stop with 1:40 to go. 89th minute, and Bruce, the speedster of this DeSales team, is down. And that is a one heck of a slide tackle, and that did not even remotely touch the ball. I'm surprised we haven't seen a yellow card. Clock is stopped with 1:40. And he looks like he's going to be all right. It's going to take his time. Hopefully he doesn't have to come off. There are subs ready for DeSales should they need them. 1:40 separates one of these teams from the conference championship. But it looks like they're going to have to bring a trainer in for Bruce. Hopefully he's going to be all right, but he might be coming off. Here comes Kevin Kroll to talk with his coach. Remember, this is probably the biggest piece of information I've reiterated a couple of times today. Liam McDonald, the leading scorer for DeSales, is out today. Had 5 yellow cards this season, which means he has to sit out one game, and it's unfortunate that it is this game because he might have been the difference should this go to overtime. It looks like Sullivan's going to come off. Sullivan was injured on that play as well. Bruce looks fine. Sullivan will come off, and Lucas Heberling, the sophomore from Allentown, checks in for him. Second time today, and the freshman Larry Sullivan has done everything he can to keep this team in a position to win. This game started with a couple of goals in the first half. Kevin Kroll netted one in the 18th. Patrick Sapera had one centered and blasted through in the 24th, and since then, nada, zip, zilch, nothing. But a free kick 40 yards out for Peter Cardinale, the freshman. The volley heading in, headed out high. Redneller, header, caught by Mazza. Was almost the hero for the second day in a row. 90 seconds to play in regulation. Misericordia coming up big. A big-time play by Janata. All the way down near the box. Mazza is there again. Right up against Niema. That's sent down the near side, not out of bounds, sent back in. And a header out of bounds off of Pisani. And 65 seconds and a throw-in for DeSales. But a player down again, and that is the defender, Peter Cardinale. Or no, that is Sean Bruce, who's down for the second time in about 40 seconds of game action. You hope he's going to be all right. He has been a huge help, a big burst of speed and a change of pace for DeSales on the offensive end. 65 seconds before we head into the overtime period. Can somebody negate that? The last overtime game these two teams played was back on October 7th of 2017, double overtime. This would be the fourth all-time overtime meeting between these two. And the first in playoff format. Here in the 90th minute. Are we going to overtime? Headed back down. Blasted through, 45 seconds left. Mazza chasing after it. Gennady after it. And it goes over the end line. And it looks like either of these teams is going to be happy with overtime, as it looks like Sean Bruce is out of this game. That's a huge loss. Under 30 seconds to play. The Sales are the best chance at it, and it's blasted away. Headed out. 15 seconds left. And it looks like we are going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. 10 seconds. Shoved off the ball. 5 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime. You're getting your money's worth here from DeSales University. 1-1 after a scoreless second half from DeSales. We'll get a 10-minute overtime if we're still tied at 1 after that. Or, we're still tied period after that. We will get another 10-minute overtime period. And after that, we will head into PKs. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with overtime here from DeSales. It's not golden goal, is it? We are playing for overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Let me explain the rules. 2 10-minute overtime periods, but it is sudden death, golden goal, whatever you want to call it. Next goal wins. We will not play out the full 10 if somebody scores right away. Let's give you a quick recap of this one. 1-1 after the first half as Kevin Krall scored his first goal of the season back in the 18th minute. He slammed one home, giving DeSales a 1-0 lead, and you thought that might be enough. But Misericordia came back with a vengeance as Patrick Sapera netted one in the 24th off a feed. Off the feed from Max Jamison, who now has a yellow card. 3 yellow cards in the span of about 5 minutes happened in the second half. No goals. And here we are in overtime. This is the 4th overall overtime meeting between these two teams. The first one since 2017. Sales is trying to get their first victory since 2015. That did come in double overtime fashion against Misericordia. And trying to make their first. That was loud. That was just right off the bench over here. And that one sent down. Misericordia on the attack, forced out this time. And another foul. There's a whistle. And you've got a free kick. That was very difficult. Right off there against Tavener. Getting opportunity and a yellow card. A yellow card against Uray. Or no, against Tavener. So a free kick for Misericordia. And the next goal sends somebody to the conference championship game. The truth be told, we've seen a couple of real close shots, but here is Yerabini. 30 yards out. Oh, they give it off to Sapera. The volley. Shensky with the grab. And a big-time save here in the 91st. Sent all the way down. Mazza, can he be the hero again? Has possession across the center line. Mazza sends it back, this time to McDonald. McDonald. A volley, an open look. Here's Mayer. Mayer falls. His shot as it was fallen down by Gennady. And DeSales could not capitalize here. Back with a volley. Headed away by Tavener. And Heberling comes back in. Remember, Sean Bruce is not in the game for DeSales. He was hurt, and his day looks very close to being done. And he lost a big burst of speed, and now you have a goal kick for Misericordia. And 10 minutes are going to fly right by. I don't know if we're going to get through the second 10, but you're only going to have a really 3 scoring chances per team. Gonna have to bring it down the field. Is Misericordia going right on the attack? And out of bounds and a throw in for DeSales. Each of these teams lost to Stevens this year. Should they play them in the next round, have to get there first. Misericordia tied against Lebanon Valley back in October, and DeSales defeated them last Wednesday 2-0. 7.5 minutes left to go in the first overtime period. Are we going to get to 100 minutes played first before somebody gets another goal? Sent all the way down. Barrett coming in. Knocked out by Niema. Misericordia defense doing their due diligence. The Cougars on the offensive attack in transition here. Uray in the middle. Back to the near side for Mayer. Punch back in for Jamison. And sent up by Heberling. With DeSales trying to clear, not happening here. Into the middle. Jamison out to the top to the freshman Dahlem. And it looks like Sean Bruce may come back in for DeSales. He looks all right. But can he come back in before Misericordia ends their time? 4 minutes into the overtime, still no scoring going on. Back to the near side, deflected by Jamison. Going out of bounds, Tavener saves it. No, he lets it roll. So a throw in for DeSales. 4 minutes into overtime. Bruce checks in, as does Castellani. He comes in for Tavener. And now Bruce is on for Mayer. And a throw in on the near side for Jason Trevisano. Goes down the near side. Mazza. Can he be the hero again? Caught. Easily saved, made by Giannotti. Mazza with a shot from the 18. Wasn't meant to be here in the 95th minute. Back to the near side. And a good slide tackle. Got all ball there. And Castellani, he was slide tackled by Jamison. And that is a foul against Misericordia. So a free kick for DeSales. Who wants it? And let's see. No yellow card there, but Jamison already has one. So that was very close. And the referee told him it was very close to being given a red card. You do not want to cheapen this by being a man down in this type of situation. 35 yards out for Cardinale. And he blasts it into the box. Can he get a redirect? Not going to happen here. Still in the box, and Misericordia clears. But Castellani able to keep it in the offensive zone. Castellani into the box, and an easy scoop for Giannotti. About halfway through this overtime period. A couple of shots on goal. Nothing to send home. And a foul. Another foul against Misericordia. And Alistair Moore, head coach for Misericordia, cannot believe it. The 13th foul against the Cougars. These teams combining for 24. Here in the 96th minute. A good send out to the far side. Castellani. And Giannotti picks it up. Clock continues to roll. Looks like we might get another substitution. And it will. Larry Sullivan about to check in for Misericordia. And it looks like Mason Heitzman will come in as well. Mason Heitzman is coming in. They sub in Larry Sullivan for Alec McDonald. 4:07 to play in the first overtime. Sent through. Intercepted by Rentneller, sending it all the way down to the far side. Bruce going against Dahlem. Can he win the battle? Dahlem sends it back. He retreats. into the 97th minute. And a head of steam for Ure. Diffenderfer's wide open on the near side, but a poor pass from Ure. That could have been a one-time shot into the back of the net. Instead, he'll have to regroup in the corner. And a corner kick now for Misericordia on the near side. 97th minute. It looks like Sepera will take it. 6th corner for Misericordia, now matching DeSales. Sepera got the equalizer back. In the 24th, we're scoreless since. He bends it through. Shensky makes the grab. He struggled with that a bit today. He's bobbled the ball a couple times. He's lucky it hasn't resulted in a goal. And here is Castellani picking up all kinds of speed, and he's tripped up in an easy foul. Clock stops with 2:42 here in the 98th. And a yellow card. Another one, the 4th of the match already. Deep into overtime and a free kick. So the yellow card against Hayden Dallum. No red card issued. Dallum and Jamison each have a yellow card, as does Ure. So a free kick for DeSales. 30 yards out. Clock is still stopped with 2:42. It'll go. It'll run once again once it's kicked. Cardinale, the long leg. Oh, Retteneller was right there on the near post. And we will have a goal kick and another substitution opportunity for each team. Clock stops, 2:35 to go in the first overtime. As Heitzman checks in for Trevisano. Heitzman seeing his first action of the game. Making his 11th appearance this season, 52nd of his career. The senior from East Stroudsburg in what could be his final career game. Veradon, missed opportunity. Headed back in by Heitzman, and the whistle blows. Calling off sides there. Two minutes to play. And Retteneller with the free kick. 99th minute. Again, this is a golden goal overtime. The next goal would win. If we're still tied after the next minute and 37 seconds, we will play another 10 minutes. Mazza to Heitzman, who loses it. Gives up to Diffenderfer and pushed out of bounds on the near side. Right off of Mazza, who can't believe it. As Floor, checks in for Mazza. Keeping the fresh legs on there. Minute 27 to play in the first overtime as Dallum comes off for Misericordia. Rettenella. Misses it. Handball. And George Crampton cannot believe it. You know, it's nice to see in his 26 years at the helm for DeSales, he still has the same fire. Is the all-time leader in wins for the Bulldogs with 242, 5 conference championships. The last one came in 2017. Under a minute to play here in the first overtime. Next goal wins. Sepera launches it into the box. Header in. A kick! And it just missed wide. Weaver had the opportunity, and it hit the twine, but on the outside. 40 seconds to play in the first overtime. the drama continues.
Guys, hey, we need one more winner.
22 seconds. Blasted out by Shensky. Headed back in. Shensky scoops it up and holds on to it. He'll most likely run the clock out. 10 seconds to play. And he blasts it away. 5 seconds. And this is going to do it for the first overtime. 100 minutes. And nobody can break the tie. When we come back, the final overtime period, we will switch sides. And if it's still scoreless after that, it's PK time. We'll be right back. You're watching DeSales Men's Soccer here on the MAC TV network. Back, yeah. We're about to start the second overtime period. Same rules as the first. As Misericordia will attack from left to right. They'll get the ball first. Same rules. 10 minutes, but we do have golden goal, so the next goal will win. If we're still tied after 10 minutes, we will go into PKs. And they'll get 5 penalty kicks. If they're tied after that, they'll play on. But you hope somebody can score right here. And Misericordia immediately on the attack. Here's Cepera. Back to the near side. Gives off to Yardene. Into the middle, Numson blasted away by Jake Hain, the senior from Macungie, Pennsylvania. Sent all the way down. Here's McDonald. Pushed off, and a foul. And that really may have been it might have been a flop, but in any case, a yellow card given to Amandiema. I think that's the 6th yellow card of the game. I believe that's the 6th. It is the 7th. Misericordia has 4 yellow cards, and DeSales has 3. No, it's the 8th. It is the 8th yellow card. 5 for Misericordia, 3 for DeSales. That's ridiculous. But in any case, a free kick deep. Blasted into the net. Headed away, headed out. Can't get the volley here. The shot blocked. Oh, from the box and out of bounds, but a big-time corner kick. And here is Cardinale over on the far side. 101 minutes down. 9 to play. And we will have PKs if no one scores in the next 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Cardinale, the big left legger. Here it comes, trying to bend it in. And there's your handball. But regardless, it'll be a free kick out of bounds. A goal kick for Misericordia. 102nd minute. Misericordia trying to get back on the attack. Shane Macko is pushed to the ground. No foul there. Alistair Moore can't believe it. We've seen a lot of fouls called against his Cougars, but not much recently or egregiously against the Bulldogs. And DeSales back in the attacking third. And a whistle, goal kick. 15 fouls against Misericordia, 13 against DeSales. So Diffenderfer will come off as Cohen Stiles, the freshman, checks in for him. In the 103rd. Goal kick for Genotti. The sophomore keeper from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. He started the last 11 games. Now we saw Charlton Alonzo, the sophomore or the senior from Paramus, get a lot of the starts early on in the season, but he last played on October 12th, and it's been Genotti the rest of the way, and he's done wonders for them, and he's helped lead them to this point. Sent all the way down the near side. Castellani going right up against Numson, and Castellani is shoved by Numson, and that's another foul, and we might get another yellow card. And this is another yellow card. Numson picks up the 6th yellow of the match for this Misericordia team. 9 yellow cards have been issued overall. That's ridiculous. But they're definitely warranted. 103rd minute. A free kick on the near side, outside the box. Basically an easier corner. And here is Cardinale. Who else? Cardinale. This match started at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's now 4 p.m. The clock has stopped. 7:21 to go in the second overtime. 7:21 to go until we head to PKs. Could Cardinale end it here? A volley, and headed out by Misericordia. Another defensive stand. Bruce, his shot's blocked. Sullivan, his shot's blocked. Barrett His shot's blocked too. Misericordia, 3 blocked shots. But DeSales is still on the offensive attack. Well, not anymore. Shane Macko chasing it in. He's got a head of steam and he's shoved off the ball. No whistle there. And Alistair Moore can't believe it. We saw so many whistles going in favor of DeSales. And I know that was borderline, but I can understand why he's upset. To the near side. And they almost scored. Yarabini has his shot deflected out. Yarabini was right there. It was just saved. Castellani gives it over for McDonald. His shot's deflected and Genotti scoops it up. Back and forth we go. Unbelievable. This is ridiculous here in the 104th minute. Sent down. Back and forth we go. Each team getting tired more and more by the second. No whistle. Sepera to the near side. Finds Yarabini. Yarabini against Cardinale. The senior cuts in. Left foot shot. And it's deflected back. Barradin sent to the far side. Gives it off to McDonald. McDonald in space. McDonald, can he find Bruce? McDonald bringing it all the way down. Almost near the box. Alec McDonald. Here we go. Castellani. And out. Not out of bounds, but out of the box to the far side. And we'll see a man down in the box. As the clock stops, man down in the box for Misericordia. It looks like it's Numson. And it will be a throw-in on the far side, as it will be Heitzman throwing it in for DeSales, but we'll take a moment. And there's another player down for Misericordia over on the far side of the box. Lots of players dropping like flies. It's definitely Numson. You hope he's all right. 5:17 to play in the second overtime, and then we go to PKs. In this one, we had a lot more close calls, especially Yarabini right on the other end. Haven't had a goal since the 24th minute. Right now, we're in the 105th. So it has been 81 minutes since a goal has been scored. 81. Unreal. Almost a full game. Just unreal. You hope they're all right. Numson will have to come off, and he's not really coming off under his own power. And look at the display of sportsmanship by Jay Kane. He's carrying the opposing player off the field as Numson will come off. And it looks like Dahlem will check in for him. With 5:17 to play in overtime. He gave him all he had. Did not get the start, but played a lot of big-time minutes. And in only his 6th game of the season, the young sophomore, a little banged up. Looks like his season is done, at least for this match. As Dahlem checks in for him. Now a long wait. Remember, we still have a throw-in and still have 5:17 to play. Overtime number 2. Late in the second half, we had a shot hit the corner. And I think it was Sepera again, hit the top left corner. And it bounced away. We've had the balls go right over the net a few times, land on top of the net. Deep throw-in into the box. Who's got an opportunity? Nobody yet. And out of bounds along the end line. And a goal kick. Halfway gone here in the second overtime. 5 minutes to play as we've reached the 106th minute. Misericordia and DeSales, a trip to the conference championship, the MAC Freedom Championship, on the line. They will play the winner of Stevens and Lebanon Valley. They play later tonight, 7 p.m. And that's blistered out as Dallum recovers for Misericordia. Bruce almost stole it off him, and he will! Bruce in space. Sean Bruce sustaining an injury to come back and play in overtime. Bruce still out of bounds. He fires. Vittori makes the save high in the air here. Very dangerous. Castellani pushes it out. But here is Sullivan. Sullivan with a shot. Vittori with the save. Sullivan from the 18. Vittori diving stop. Under 4 to play. Back to the near side. Headed out. DeSales again. Sean Bruce. And a good send out of bounds to the near side, and a visible explanation of frustration from DeSales. 107th minute. 3:21 to play here in the second overtime. Almost out of bounds, and now a throw in for Misericordia. Sent down the near side. Teixeira sent it back. Barradin to the outside for Castellani. Castellani to the outside to McDonald. McDonald, he beats Niema. McDonald gets through into the box. McDonald falls in the box. And there is a whistle, and this could be it. The clock stops. 2:46 to play in the second overtime. Is it a PK or is it outside the box? I think it's going to be from right outside. Well, both are hurt. Here we go. Regardless, it's very close. A free kick just outside the box. Who's going to take it? It will be Cardinale. 1-1 tie. Can he beat Genotti? The freshman, Peter Cardinale, earned his time towards the end of the season. Can he send them to the championship? Cardinale on the outside. You've seen the power from his left foot all night. Can he do it one more time? Here it comes. Cardinale! His shot's deflected out, but we will have a corner here in the 108th minute. Really, this could be, and arguably is, the last opportunity for DeSales. Cardinale blasted in. Can he get the ricochet? Not here. Genotti makes the catch. Two minutes to play in the second overtime. It is golden goal. The next goal will win. And there is some chippy play, and there finally a whistle in favor of Misericordia. Clock continues to roll. It does appear that DeSales had the advantage for the better part of this half, better part of this overtime period. We're coming up on almost a full match in time of scoreless play. Last goal came back in the 24th, all the way down into the box. Shensky can't get it here, has to retreat back to the box. And a one-time shot to the outside, and they can't hold it on. That was Pisani who had possession. Yarabini shoved to the ground, free kick, and a foul outside the box. A free kick from about 25 yards out. 55 seconds. They may run this all the way down. This could be the last one. Could be the very last opportunity before we head into PKs. Sapera is out there, as is Yarabini. Sapera scored the only goal of the game for Misericordia. Yarabini sends his wide, and it's out, but Uray recovers. 28 seconds left. Uray center shot, way wide and out. 20 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, we are most likely going to PKs. 15 seconds, 110 minutes of playtime. 1 goal each. We are not done. We will have penalty kicks here from DeSales University. And in just a few short moments, somebody is going to the MAC Freedom Championship game. Unbelievable. PK time. Oh. I mean, this is ridiculous. These two teams have played these teams have played 200 minutes of total time between the game that they played 10 days ago and today. 110 or 200 total minutes of tied match. Unbelievable. This is ridiculous. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll tell you the rules. Ladies and gentlemen, these two teams have played 110 minutes today in a stalemate, 200 minutes over the course of the last 10 days, resulting in a stalemate. 200 minutes. Now we are in PKs. So the Cougars have elected to kick first, and they say that, that strategy is that if you kick first and you score, you're putting pressure on the other team. So that's what they chose, but it usually can go either way. Some teams like going second, knowing what they have to do. But we'll get 5 shots, and if we're still tied after that, it'll be 1-1. So, I don't know how important this would be, but so there are no shootouts, there is no overtime in the regular season, but DeSales this year 5 for 6 on penalty opportunities, and the keeper Shensky has allowed 1 goal on 1 attempt, and for Misericordia 0 for 2 on PKs, but they have kept the only PK they faced out of the net. So, a small sample size, but it does favor DeSales right here. And again, the first shootout, first match that's been decided between penalty kicks ever between these two teams. So it will be Misericordia shooting first. It'll be Cepera who scored to tie the game all the way back in the 24th minute. Cepera, the junior from Medford, New Jersey. Shensky waiting for him. Cepera, he finds the back of the net to start off PKs. 1-0 Cougars, taking a step towards the final. Now let's see who responds for DeSales. Lucas Heberling, the man who came off the bench and played big-time minutes, the sophomore from Allentown, takes the first one for DeSales. So Cepero went upper 90. Let's see where Heberling goes. Can Gianotti guess right? Heberling, same spot, same result, 1-all PKs. Up next for Misericordia, Ahmad Niema, the senior from Germantown, Maryland. One of the bigger players on this field. We've seen each of the first 2 go upper 90 on the right side. Here is Niema. 3 straight right footers. Niema. There's a goal again. 2-1 Cougars. As Shensky guessed the wrong way. And DeSales has the pressure on him one more time. Larry Sullivan. Right here against Gianotti. Into the sun. And Sullivan equalizes it. 2-2 through 2. And here's your senior playing in his 72nd game, Anthony Yarbini, out of West Hampton, New Jersey. His twin brother, Justin, did not see the field today, but he's cheering him on, our first left footer. Yarabine finds the back. A sizzler. 3-2. Each one has gone home. And it might be the first one to miss. Gets eliminated. What a brilliant match as Jake Hain steps up to try to tie it again for DeSales. Hey, nails it. 3-3. Who's going to miss? Tensions running high. And remember, if they're tied after 5, you got to send somebody else out there. So this is Cohen Stiles, the freshman. Played some big minutes in this one for a youngster. Starting the 4th round of PKs. Can Shensky knock him off? Stiles! And it gets underneath of Shensky, 4-3. And here is Alec McDonald. Remember, Liam McDonald, the leading goal scorer this season for DeSales, is not allowed to play. He had 5 yellows this season, meaning he had to sit out this one. He was suspended for it. And you have to think that his absence is playing a role in this one. Let's see if his team can pick him up, and he might be able to play in the conference championship. Alec McDonald, 2nd team all-conference a season ago. One of the big-time members of this team. Can he tie it? Yes! Went right corner again, 4-4. Keeping the pressure on Misericordia. Nobody's missed yet. And now stepping up to the line. Max Jamison picked up a yellow card earlier in this one. Assisted the only goal for Misericordia today. The Cougars coming into hostile territory on the road. Can they at least clinch extra PKs? Jamison nailed it. 5 for 5 for the Cougars. And here is the true version of sudden death. Joseph Rentneller, the junior from Philadelphia out of Holy Ghost Prep, playing today as the team leader in goals with McDonald's absence. Gianotti has to make one right decision to send his team to the conference championship. Stutter step. We are going to extra PKs. Each team went 5 for 5. Unbelievable. We played 1 overtime. We played 2 overtimes. We played into PKs, and now we keep going. So a new set of penalty kickers coming up. So I believe that it is sudden death. So let's say the Cougars make it here, and the Bulldogs miss. The Cougars would send it off. There is no 5 more. So here is Shane Macko, came off the bench. Can Misericordia go 6 for 6? Or can Jimmy Shensky give his team a chance to walk it off? Macko. Shensky stopped it! DeSales can win with a make! Macko went Near corner. Shensky was ready. And here it is. Brian Floor. Just one regular goal this season. In his 44th career game for DeSales, the junior from Macungie, Pennsylvania. Can he send them to the conference championship? DeSales is all huddled together. Can they do it? Floor did it! DeSales is going to the conference championship for the first time since 2017. Brian Floor, in the 6th penalty kick, gets the job done. And they're mobbing Shensky, who got the save against Mako to help his team clinch. Brian Floor, what a victory for DeSales. They will play for the MAC Freedom title against either Stevens or Lebanon Valley. You'll find out that after the result later tonight. Game kicks off at 7 p.m. But look at this. They're running into the stand. This could be the very last home game for all of these seniors. And these two teams fought valiantly. You know, you have to give it to Misericordia, who had a heck of a season, had a rough start to the beginning of their campaign, and they rallied back in conference play, only lost one match, and was very close to actually hosting this match. But they will go home, but they should be holding their heads up high. This is one of the better games you will ever see in college soccer. Unbelievable. The defense was outstanding for both teams. We had almost a full 90 minutes of scoreless soccer. But DeSales comes away with it, and they will play this Saturday for the MAC Freedom Championship, a chance to win their first since 2017. And their chance to make their first NCAA tournament bid since 2017. So that is going to do it for us here from DeSales University. You've been watching the MAC Freedom Conference semifinal game on MAC TV.